Hello everyone. Do women support women, or do they only support them when they're on their uppers? In other words, they're out of luck, or they're struggling, or something dreadful happens to them. What do you think? I watched a video by Laura Hill titled "Women Don't Support Other Women," and it was a very interesting video, and I will leave all the channels I discuss in this video in the description below. I will place a link in there to the videos. But she had been to a meeting, Laura Hill had been to a meeting where they discussed women supporting women, and she was saying that many years ago she read a book, I can't remember the author, but it was Tall Poppies, something about tall poppies. In essence, that tall poppies, when they all grow to the same size, but if one poppy sticks its head above the parapet, above the height of every other poppy, the other poppies, they smother it. I mean, you wouldn't think that nature could be so determined, would you? And she said that's what most women do. So they are great, absolutely fabulous in a crisis. If something dreadful happens to a woman, they will go round to their house with pot roast or dish of this or dish of that, offer to do things for them and so on and so forth. But, goodness, if they start to get successful, and not just out of luck, but out of their own hard graft, and they might be a lovely person too, women start to get jealous. They no longer want to support the person that is getting some success. They no longer are a woman who supports other women. Now, watching Laura Hill's video made me think, could I do better? And the answer was a resounding yes. At times in my previous videos, I have been known to give a shout out to other channels, but then I got depressed with the state my channel was in. I felt it was going nowhere, and I got very down in the dumps. And then I had to reformat how I did my videos. I wanted my videos to be so well done. I wanted them to be so well done that they looked much more professional than they have been. When I first started, if you are that much of a masochist that you want to go back and watch them, they were terrible. I didn't know what I was doing, and it showed. And gradually, for people, especially of an older age, well, it's very difficult to start learning new things. It just doesn't get retained in your brain cells, and so you have to keep on going over and over and over again. But eventually you do get there, and eventually it starts to be less of a trial and more of a pleasure. I'm not there yet. I still have to take several deep breaths before I start my video. And I take anti-anxiety medication too. Honest to God, it's just, I don't know. I think it's because I'm an introvert. One of the things that I could do, and it wouldn't take much, is to let you know about the channels that I watch and I support. And in doing so, you might go over to their channel and have a look at them too. Perhaps even subscribe. In doing that, it will have cost you very little in time. But if you subscribed, then it would make a world of difference to all those tiny channels that are struggling just to get going. And it is a struggle. It would mean so much to those people to get new subscribers. So I thought that I would do that make a very short video every 2 to 3 or maybe once a month, I don't know. It depends on how well it goes. It depends if everybody unsubscribes from my channel and thinks, oh my goodness, I'm not going there again. But if you're a small channel and you're watching this one, then leave me a link to your channel in your comments and I'll go and take a peek. If you haven't got a channel, but you watch one that really is so lovely, you just have to recommend it, then leave it in the comments and I'll go have a peek at that one too. And then, every so often, depending on how successful this little thing is, I will go and make another video and mention those channels. I won't inundate you with channels to watch, but I will work my way through them. And hopefully you, me, and all the other gorgeous women out there, we can lift each other up for no cost at all. And that has to be good. I went to lunch with 2 girlfriends of mine. I have known them for more than 50 years. And they said, oh, how is your channel doing? And I said, oh, it's doing really well at the moment. You know, I don't look at my numbers now because if I do, they always go down. So I don't. It's sort of reverse psychology. So anyway, they said we haven't subscribed. Well, we don't go on YouTube, but we haven't subscribed because we don't have the money. And I said, but it's free. And she said, well, they both said, is it? What, when you subscribe, you don't have to pay? And I said, no, you don't. On YouTube, a subscribe is, yes, I'll watch it in the future. It's not like getting a physical magazine subscription and then being charged £4.95 a month or something like that. It is gratis. It is free. But a lot of women, men of our age, don't realise that. Even my own darling boy said, well, doesn't it cost? And I said, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, it's free. It's only so that you will be notified when that video channel makes a new video, and then you will get a notification of it. Well, especially if you press the bell button and everything, they will let you know when they've got a new video. But in doing so, it does help the numbers for that small channel. And it is a long struggle. It's a long struggle, unless you're one of those people, and I have seen a few, that they've been monetized within 2 weeks, or I've been monetized and I've got 20,000 subscribers and blah, blah, blah. Now, that is fabulous. You know, you just got to applaud them. But they are lucky. They are just lucky. So, how about if I do this? If you think it's an absolute no-goer, then I'll just make a couple of mentions at the end of my videos and we'll see how that goes, of struggling YouTube channels for ladies. But if it is a goer, that, and I get a good reaction to it, and I get good suggestions. I'm looking for channels that are generally 2,000 subscribers or fewer, because 2,000 does seem a lot when you've only got, say, 5 or 6, but you still haven't got over your insecurity of the journey you've just been on. So when I haven't reached that yet, but once I think I've reached the 2,000 mark, if I ever get there, I will feel less worried. Who knows? But I certainly won't be checking my numbers because I've become suddenly superstitious. So, the first channel I am going to talk about is Life in the Wild West. Wild spelled W-Y-L-D-E. The lady that does this channel is called Tracy, and I think she must have an incredible skill in photography, because her short films, I won't denigrate them and call them videos, because they're almost like, well, they are short films. They have beautiful intros, they have appropriate music. Her editing is amazing. If only I could be that good. Do you know what? I looked at her first video. Now, bearing in mind my own was absolutely horrendous. Hers was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. She actually hasn't put a foot wrong. She is a 50-something-year-old menopausal lady. She is gentle and kind and an all-round lovely person. She lives in California, and she documents her life, her family's life. And also she's a thrift store, I think she's a thrift store addict. She's very arty. She loves buying things at thrift stores. And she's funny. I will, if I can, put one of her videos in my end screen. If I can't, then I'll try to find it out how to do it for the next time. But in the meantime, I will put a link to her website in the description below. Now, the other channel that I would like you to have a look at, if you don't know it already, is Linda T70. Linda has become a YouTube friend. I have watched every single video that she's ever made, right from day one. And Linda sometimes does clothing hauls, but in the main, she does videos about doing her home up, doing things. She talks about her family. But the main attraction, I do believe, for Linda's channel is Linda. She has the funniest, self-deprecating sense of humour. In fact, I do believe that I would sit there and watch her if she were just reciting the shipping forecast. And anybody that's ever listened to the shipping forecast will know it's incredibly boring, but I'm sure Linda would put a really funny spin on it. So she is now 71, which is fabulous. So if you could go across to her channel, and if you're not already subscribed, if you are subscribed, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. She is terribly funny. But if you're not, have a look and think about women supporting women. Because if we can't support each other, then who will support us? It's so important. It really costs us nothing. But when we do, we get a lovely feeling inside. And that's the payoff, isn't it? You get to feel good about yourself by supporting someone else. So, anyway, if you have been, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.